ultimate fanfare. It's ultimate fanfare. Welcome to this episode of the Play Action Podcast. We got Brandon here, and I got my boy Colin over there. What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Man, not too much, man. We just happy, football's about to be back started again. We just had the first week of college football, and last week, of preseason football. What you got for me, Colin?
Well, staying with preseason, first topic, it was a bad day for the Sanders household. Our guy, who we're both rooting for, undrafted free agent, Shilo Sanders, was the only cut from the Tampa Bay Bucks, most likely for a fight. Took a swing at a defender, at an offensive play, was blocking him downfield. One of those things, you just can't do that with your career line as an undrafted free agent. You got 31 other teams that might want to stay away from you because you seem to be off kilter, especially, it's the last game of the preseason. You don't even know if you're going to make the team or not. So, what I'm hoping, you were talking about earlier, I'm hoping this becomes more like a teaching moment, kind of like, yeah, you don't want to see any picks being thrown in the preseason, but if you're going to throw them, that's the time to throw them. Throw them in the preseason, learn what you can do, learn what you can't do. I hope to see some of the punches. You shouldn't, granted, he didn't connect, but it's a learning moment. He's a young guy. He's a really, really good person. We've seen him literally grow up on social media. We know he's not a bad person. He doesn't have any ill will in his heart. You just can't do that in the NFL. And the other is your guy, Shedeur Sanders. He had a not-so-great outing on the last preseason game. Going 3 for 6, 14 yards. It's like a really ugly sack, which he lost 24 yards. And overall had 5 sacks. Not saying he's not going to make it in the NFL, but definitely was not a good showing. And I know you're about to tell me a whole bunch of stuff why he didn't succeed, but I think he didn't succeed because, well, he was with the 3rd or 4th string unit. They're the 3rd and 4th string for a reason. It's 3rd and 4th string on the Browns, which means they're probably 5th or 6th string on, let's say, a team like the Chiefs or the Bills. What do you think, man? Tell me what you're thinking here.
Bro, everybody on that line got cut yesterday. Come on, bro. Like, you sent my dog out there, like Ocho said. You sent him out there with a gunfight with knives. Like, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Like, he had nothing. Of course he had, took that bad sack. He was running for his life out there. Like, nobody was blocking for him. I seen the film, because I had to go back and look at it like, bro, my dog did what? 3 for 6? 14 yards? Like, come on, bro. What happened? I'm looking, I'm like, okay. Then they didn't let him go back out there for the 2-minute drive. They're going to put Huntley out there. Bro, you know Huntley is about to be cut. You know he about to be on somebody's Amazon, truck next week. Okay, but not Huntley. I ain't gonna disrespect Huntley like that. The line gonna be over there though. The line gonna be at Amazon. But Huntley, he has been an NFL starter before, so I'm not gonna disrespect him. But come on, bro, why you gonna take my dog out? Cause I see that they didn't want to cause any controversy. If my dog went out there and ran a 2-minute drive and led the game-winning drive, then it might have been like some controversy. But it is what it is, bro. Shedeur gonna learn from this situation, and he gonna get better, though. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna say that your take is like the Christmas star on top of a Christmas tree, a reach, but I will say that, hey, you got Huntley out there, you signed him. You give him a shot. I mean, we already saw, we've seen what Shedeur can do in the first 2 games of the preseason, and he played really well. This game, they had his number. He wasn't playing well. He was making decisions. I think a good coach takes that player out, especially when the game doesn't mean anything. If the game was on the line, you leave him in there, see if you can turn it around, but I think you take him out, you save his confidence, okay? You put Huntley in there. Huntley now gets to broadcast what he can do and showcase what he can do for 31 other teams. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, because you're giving this young guy a shot, too, to show what he can do. And guess what? He let him down for a game-winning touchdown drive, and this game still comes down to getting wins. And, that's a good win for everybody on that offense, including those offensive linemen who, as you said, I didn't verify that, but if they all got cut, it wouldn't surprise me. But, hey, like you said, shout out to Huntley. Shedeur, he's going to get another chance. They're going to carry 4 quarterbacks, and they have to carry 4 quarterbacks because Gabriel and Sanders, neither of them are going to make it to the practice squad. They'll both get scooped up for sure. Staying in the AFC North, though, Aaron Rodgers, I have been very vocal. I am not a fan of Aaron Rodgers, the personality. I think as a quarterback he's good, but the personality, I think he is a bit of a, what's that term? He's an asshole. Aaron Rodgers is an asshole. Right? But the question isn't, is he an asshole? Is he going to be successful in Pittsburgh? And because in Pittsburgh, this is going to be the first time Aaron Rodgers is in a system that wasn't designed, catered, bent over just for him like it was when he was at the Packers, and then ultimately with the Jets, showing that, you know, doing things his way doesn't equal success. So now he's going to be in Pittsburgh. Finally has a decent defense, and offensive line is okay. I don't know. You think he's got a shot, or is he going to be the same old Aaron we've seen in New York?
Well, to be honest with you, I believe Aaron Rodgers' game is predicated on mobility and being able to move the pocket around and, you know, make special plays. And Father Time has set in with Mr. Rodgers, so I don't see that being a good good attribute of his anymore. Like I feel like Aaron Rodgers has severely slowed down recently. Decision making, we talked about it earlier. Like his decision making on not using the motion pre-snap, not giving his receivers a chance to know what they're running into, like man coverage or zone coverage. He's just relying on himself being, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm the best quarterback out here. I know how to read a defense. I know what I'm doing. And it's like, all right, bro, but your receivers still need to know if on these option routes what they doing. So it's like, come on, bro, you're not helping the team. But I feel like this experiment is going to fail. He is not Tom Brady. He is not going to win another championship. I do have zero confidence in this situation. So I believe this project is going to fail.
Zero. It's just going to be zero. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's going to be very successful there either. And it's, like I said, it's going to come down to the fact Aaron Rodgers doesn't like to use motion. He just wants to run with your brung. And like you said, the wide receivers, if you have an option route, if my quarterback can sit there and give me a hint on what I'm looking at, because I'm just looking at the defense, it's not a wide receiver's job to know what every single defense is doing. Some guys know, but most of them don't. You rely on your quarterback. He's supposed to be the smartest guy in the room. But staying in the Steel City, our guy Bill Barnwell had a really interesting trade idea. And it was, and this is not in the works, it's just an idea. But the Steelers could trade a day 3, maybe a 4th rounder, 5th rounder, to the Colts for Anthony Richardson to develop behind a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. Because Richardson, you know, he's got the NFL body, 6'3", 235, quick, fast, howitzer for an arm. He just doesn't know how to play quarterback. And last week we talked about Anthony Richardson was what they were trying to make Lamar Jackson into. And Lamar Jackson's a quarterback. Anthony Richardson, he might just be a running back or a tight end or a Tim Tebow type of not quarterback type player. But if Steelers trade for him, if you can get a third day 3 pick for him, is it worth a shot for Anthony Richardson? Not for Anthony Richardson. Of course, it's a shot for him. Is a shot? Is a good idea for Pittsburgh to do it?
Well, me personally, I don't think old man Rodgers is going to last the whole season anyway. So, yes, I think this is a good idea. Like, go ahead and get Anthony Richardson because he's going to need some help back there. Like, yes, he is a statue back there standing around. Like, yes, please go get Anthony Richardson. Please get him some better coaching because, I mean, I'm not no disrespect to Indianapolis. Like, there's only so much you can do because, like, I'm going to be honest, like we recently said, it's only so much footage film I have of Anthony Richardson playing quarterback, like dating back to like high school. Like I didn't see him play that much in college. Haven't seen him play that much in the pros. Like he's consistently hurt, and I think he just dislocated his pinky recently. And it's like, bro, you got random injuries. Like dudes in the NFL used to like, I know you're a quarterback, but this is kind of extreme. Dudes used to just rip their finger off and keep on playing. But I know you're a quarterback, so I know you need your finger. But still, like, I don't know. Like, you tape it up, bro. Tape it up and get it out there. Brady made it happen, okay? I seen Brady play with tape on his fingers. Your job is on the line, bro. I don't understand this psyche of this these new quarterbacks. But it is what it is. But I feel like this is a good situation because yes, please go get somebody to back up Aaron Rodgers because this project is going to go down fast.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You know, it's good. I don't know if Anthony Richardson is not performing because he's just not a very good quarterback, which could be. He's only done it for a year in college. Or, like you said, the coaching in Indianapolis. The Colts really only had two quarterbacks in recent memory where they performed. Peyton Manning, and he's in that GOAT conversation, or at least in after Tom Brady GOAT conversation, right? And Andrew Luck, the highest graded quarterback since John Elway. Outside of those two phenomenal talents that would have been successful anywhere, I don't think the Colts have ever developed a quarterback into anything just even mediocre. There's not. I mean, the whole league isn't littered with Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Yet, there are teams that are consistently pretty good, because they can develop enough talent, right? So I don't know. We'll see.
I just thought about something before we go to the next subject. It just dawned on me. With Anthony Richardson, with his skill set of like if he could just dink and dunk, because I just recently I just thought about early Ben Roethlisberger. Early Ben Roethlisberger was run heavy offense, dink and dunk down the field, and he relies on his defense. But like he makes good plays because Roethlisberger could move back in the day. He could move around and and he was big enough where he could shed dudes off and still get the ball down the field. So it's like I feel like Anthony Richardson with that type of system built around him could succeed. Like with not asking him to go drive the ball down the field, but like rely on your run game and your defense, and then rely on your quarterback to make a play here or there with their legs. I feel like he could thrive in that type of system. But I just recently thought about the young Ben Roethlisberger days and how they built around him early on. That could be an interesting situation.
That's a good point. And now I'm thinking about spots for him. I think Pete Carroll in Vegas behind Geno might be a good idea for him.
Yeah, that might be a good situation as well.
The way Pete Carroll brought Russell Wilson along,
Yeah, because Russell he was known for a deep ball, every once in a while.
Yeah, he didn't throw much in the beginning though,
Exactly.
He ran the ball,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He ran the ball and then he'll go up top every 3 or 4 times a game. Because he had a cannon, but we know Anthony Richardson has a cannon, so like,
you got that.
You know what I'm saying? So he can get it by, he can get the ball down the field. But yeah, that is another good landing spot for him as well.
Yeah, possibly. So speaking of who knows what's about to happen, I know you're about to lose your shit here. Field Yates. I like Field Yates. I think sometimes it does a little wacky stuff, but I like Field Yates. Anyway, he has a mock draft. He calls it mock draft 1.0. He calls it minus 1.0 because we haven't even played a single down of regular season football yet. We're doing a mock draft. But he was there with Mel Kiper, which everyone knows who Mel Kiper is. He's made the draft party, made it exciting. So anyway, he starts off with the first pick will go to the Browns. Expect the Browns to be the worst. And regardless of what Grandpa Archie said, Field Yates says Arch Manning will be taken number 1 by the Browns. Kiper thinks because Cleveland drafted Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders in the 3rd and 5th round respectively, they would never consider a quarterback at the top of the draft. And then I think I can't remember back when Josh Rosen was taken top 10 by the Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals, and then the following year they took Kyler Murray number 1 overall. So Kiper, I think he's becoming a little bit senile. Bro, what do you think? Archman to the Browns, yay or nay?
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If Archie Manning didn't let his son go play for the Chargers, he is definitely not letting him go play for the Browns, bro. The worst organization in college, in football. He is definitely not letting him go there, bro. Come on now, bro. The next couple teams below that, the Jets. Yeah, he might go to the Jets because that's New York. You know what I'm saying? I got one son that won the championship for the Giants. Then my grandson went for the Jets. Like he could sell his DNA from moving forward. You know that would be like NFL royalty. You know, I did everything for the state of New York. But and then of course the Saints would possibly the number they pick William. Oh yeah, my grandson playing for my old team. You know, of course Archie would play for that. You know, go for that. And then the Giants. You know, okay, yeah, I'll give you another one. I'll give you another Manning. I give you another man in the Giants. You know, you got to get Dark out of there though. You got to get the rest of the boys out of there before they get another. But yeah. Come on, the Browns? Aren't you not letting them go to the Browns, bro? Come on, bro. Like you see how he did the. Now, being the San Diego is one of the best places on earth for climate. Like it's 72, 75 degrees year round, no matter what. So top tier climate to live in. But he was like, my son's not going to play for that organization. And I didn't think that organization was that bad at the time. I was younger, but I was like, what's wrong with the San Diego Chargers? They seem like pretty good. I know what's wrong with the Browns. Okay, he's not going there. Okay, he's not. You can put it down. I'm putting it down right now. Archie will never let his grandson play for the Browns. Okay, so that's my take on it. I know it might be a little wild, but come on, bro. We see the situation Shedeur's in. No, he will never go there.
Agreed, 100%. Yeah, he's not going to go to the Browns, the Chargers, probably the Lions, just historically speaking. Probably won't go to Arizona either. There's probably a few teams he'd let him go to. But yeah, no. Archie's gonna Archie this thing to death. And hopefully, we can just move past all that, and hopefully Arch has a great season and comes out in the NFL and has an excellent career. But who knows? Number 2 to the Jets, though. Field Yates says Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. Field's comp for Lenore Sellers is Josh Allen. My comp for him is Joe Milton. And he was drafted in the 3rd round. I think Lenore Sellers, he may be a phenomenal quarterback. And I think Joe Milton's going to be pretty good too. But he's more of a runner than he's a thrower. And same with Joe Milton right now. And so I don't know. Okay, if I'm the Jets, there's no way I'm going to go and draft Lenore Sellers if Justin Fields doesn't work out. If Justin Fields doesn't work out, there's no way I'm drafting another guy just like him. If anything, I'll take the guy that's coming next. With the Saints, Cade Klubnik out of Clemson makes sense to me going to the Saints, even though they drafted Tyler Shuck in the 2nd round. Kuiper, again, argues they would never take Klubnik because they drafted Shuck, but whatever. I think they would definitely take... because Shuck, I think he's 26 as a rookie, and he's probably not even the youngest guy... He's probably not the youngest quarterback on his own team as a rookie. So I don't know, man. What do you think about Sellers to the Jets, Klubnik to the Saints?
I think Sellers to the Jets is a good situation. I think the Saints. Right. I think they're going to pick another quarterback as well because we seen what old boy's done in the preseason for the Saints. Like nothing. He's looked horrible. I seen the Saints fan base. They were not enthusiastic when they drafted him. They was like, what? Who? And it's like, yeah. Hey, it's they're tanking for Archie right now. Okay, I seen tanking for Archie down here in the South. Okay, so that's how I feel about this situation. for real.
No, they absolutely should tank for freaking Arch Manning. 100% they should tank for Arch Manning. This is that's really their only chance to get out of the cellar, in my opinion. Or Cade Klubnik, I think, would be great too. Excited to see him coming up. Was one of the first games? Was it Clemson and
LSU?
They're playing LSU. Oh man, that's gonna be a phenomenal game. Can't wait for that one.
7:30.
Rounding 7:30. Round the top 5 picks. Giants take Peter Woods, defensive tackle of Clemson, which I think is ridiculous because they have Dexter Lawrence and they just drafted Darius Alexander in the 3rd round. So no, Field, you missed on that one. And then Titans take OSU safety Caleb Downs. Kyle Hamilton comp, I think that's a great pick. I think if the league valued safeties as much as they value edge rushers, Caleb Downs for sure is a top 3 pick. But they don't, so he's probably going to go between 5 and 10, but he should definitely go top 3. Caleb Downs is a monster. He can do anything in that secondary that you need him to, and play a little bit of linebacker.
Yeah.
You know?
Beast.
Man, all right. It's a quick show, but I'm going to end this with college football. Michigan, who was obviously under some sanctions and what have you, but they still got the #1 overall recruit and named the #1 recruit, Bryce Underwood, as their starting QB. Bryce is 6'4", 228 pounds. He won 2 state titles in high school and 38 straight games. He's going to make his debut this Saturday against New Mexico. And that's what I got, bro.
Big dog on campus, okay? He's coming here to shut stuff down. Starting from day 1. Come on, bro. You can't beat that, bro. And I heard about that NIL package they got for some quiet, some boosters on there. They made sure they took care of your boy. So, hey, 6'4", 230 something, come on, prototype quarterback. Like this dude, and playing for Michigan, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady hit him up like, hey, bro, hope you have a good game, this and that, because, the alumni, they tight over there. So, I mean, I support it. I've heard good things about the boy, and I've heard about him since he was in, like you say, in high school, 38 straight games, like a beast. So, much respect to him, and it's not too many day 1 starting freshmen that come in like this, and like highly touted like this too as well. Because we got one more in Colorado right now, but I don't know if he's starting. Like highly touted, top quarterback recruit, but I don't think he's starting day 1. So this is impressive. So man, I thank y'all for tapping in with us for the Play Action Podcast. I appreciate y'all coming in. I see y'all. What I'm saying. Make sure y'all hit that, likes and subscribe, so give us a couple more subscribers. We see the views, and I appreciate y'all checking us out. It's nothing but good vibes. So, yeah, next week, we're going to stay on point. We're going to switch up the schedule. Every Tuesday, we're going to come back y'all, man. Look, we're going to be with y'all every Tuesday moving forward. NFL season is here. So, appreciate y'all tapping in. We're going to holler at y'all. See y'all next week.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the Play Action Podcast, your ultimate fanfare. It's all some more fanfare.